Yeah, I'm interested to see. We do have the veto results here, so let's actually quickly break down that, Sam. Let's be fairly quick on this. I think they are actually going to be going in game very soon.
Yeah, so Anubis banned out by Permitta. 9 follows up with a ban onto Inferno. So we start things off on Ancient, and then we head over on to Overpass. Finally, we end things off over on Nuke.
Well, let's dive into the first match here, Sam, on Ancient of all maps. Sad to see Anubis get banned, but excited to see Ancient come through.
Yeah, definitely wasn't a map pick that I predicted, but we start things off
Oh,
with an all-out brawl in mid. Jeez.
very familiar sights. We saw this on the first matchup. Just an obliteration from both sides. Well, SNX and Izo going to be pushing on through. They should be able to get in towards site, but there's going to be a 4-man looking to deny any kind of plant, so it's going to be difficult, and SNX is going to be trying to find any kind of corner he can get the bomb down onto. Does manage to do it now. Killer going to be coming in from the sidelines, but it's going to be Hades, the new player on his team, going to be coming in with a double kill.
Yeah, in fact, Hades, this is his debut with the 9 roster. I mean, he's been on some story teams in the past. He's been on Finest. He even had a stint on ENCE as well. So there's a lot of experience in this player, but it's the first time that he's playing with this squad, full Polish squad, you know, the Polish derby between these two teams, as we said before. So looking forward to seeing how he's going to be able to perform today. Another player that I'd kind of been looking out for was Casey. You know, over on Permitta, because I spoke a little bit about stats in the previous matchup and how, you know, one player in one-to-ones could really outshine others statistically. And in this particular matchup, that's Casey. He runs circles around the other players on 9 statistically, but we'll see if that actually does come to fruition.
I do love the Polish CSGO scene. It's probably one of my favorites of all times. And he doing his best, trying to get these kills. Finds one, but Casey, the player you were mentioning, is going to be able to slap back, get a kill of his own. Have to peek around the corner. He's going to have to take out 2 players, but can't quite pull it off as Hades is going to be able to get a double kill for himself with the A1. SNX going to be left in a clutch situation. Finds one, but Hades is going to be too cool for school. Being able to get that kill, getting the second round on the board, but a lot of damage done to their team here, Sam.
Unfortunate. You would like to go into the next round with a bit of a stronger bonus for yourselves. Unfortunately, now they're going to be in a little bit more of a tight spot. They do win those 2 rounds, which of course does huge things to keep them going. So we'll see if that makes a huge difference in terms of their economy. I know that they have bought into 1 more rifle here. Okay. There the spend is starting to come through. So they're not going to force into this. They're feeling pretty confident in their ability. They know that they're likely going to be coming up against rifles with Permitta having lost 2 rounds in a row. There is a little bit of cash for them to use here. So they're going to go for a little bit of an aggressive push out into mid, try to get that early information and stem any thoughts of aggression.
Goofy. Absolutely. Being able to get that kill is fantastic. ISO gets a trade, but Goofy's going to be lying around the corner and gets the kill. SNX going to be creeping. Trying to find anything he can in towards Cheetah here. Cave players have backed off. Want nothing to do with this position. They've done their job. Cause a little bit of doubt. I would say I do question SNX actually going for the exploration. He has the bomb. If he goes down in that sort of position, it's definitely going to get lost. Killer going to get smoked off in towards Donut. Olin going to be doing his best to be able to push up from behind. Minio. He was a player who could have caught that rotation. I'm not sure he did see him. So we do actually have a player who's now going to be going for the backstab over towards A. This is big. But we're down to 40 seconds on the clock. Rotation is going to have to come through. And you know what? These 2 players are going to be cut off from their teammates. Olymp does get spotted. What a ton of events. Hades. New player on the board, and he's already proven himself. He's got a massive amount of kills and highly effective as well. 0 deaths, and Minio is now going to have to try and spray through the smoke, get some damage done, but none is laid down. Killer. He's going to be sneaking. Going to be creeping. Bomb's looking to go down, but he's going to spray with the MP9. Who needs a rifle? Gets the kill, but the bomb does go down. A little bit of extra money in the bank, but it's not going to be enough to buy for the next round.
Ooh, so far, things looking a little bit one-sided here. We are only 3 rounds in, of course, but this was a pretty important round, I think, for Permitta to try to come out on top of. Of course, it was a forced buy for them. They obviously spent everything they had into that. They're still able to buy in here now, but coming up against what was effectively a force for 9, what should have been their bonus, you would kind of expect them to be able to do a little bit more. But 9 just have such good control of that B site. And I'm wondering if we maybe see a pivot from Permitta, perhaps over. Yep, there you go, over towards that A site. B has been locked down quite well. We'll see if they get better results over towards A.
Yeah, obviously a little bit of miscalculation in my quick math as a caster. Obviously, they can buy into this. Actually, the round off bonus and that extra $400, put most of them over 4,000. Execution point A is looking very good for them. It shoots shots through the smoke. Hades and Minio both going to go down. Killer doing his best to try and stop the bomb plant, but it still doesn't make its way down. Time is ticking. He's going to have to reload only 4 bullets in the magazine right now. So be a little bit careful. It does work out. With only 3 players, I'm not sure if you really want to go for this. Yeah. Does manage to take down Killer. A bit unfortunate for them, but you know what? 3 rounds on the board for 9 before they lose a round. I'll give it to them, especially with such a fantastic performance from Permitta coming through and really just being able to disassemble the opposition here.
Yeah, I mean, this was a really good change of pace. I think that perhaps 9 were maybe even expecting a little bit more aggression over towards B, so they left A that little bit more unguarded. When that first kill comes through, the rotation does happen, but at that point, Permitta has done a really good job of overrunning the site. So they take firm control very, very early on. Now, of course, 9 are going to be that little bit more aware. They can't really gamble too heavily towards one site or another because they might get caught out. And retaking on A can be very, very difficult to try and get back in onto that site with very, very small kind of tunnels to push through. So you're going to need to be a little bit more aware of where Permitta are running and try and counter that.
SNX going to be running through the fire and flames and also the nades. Goofy does back up, giving up this position, but his teammate... This is a spicy angle. I do enjoy this. And they're not going to be able to get shot through the back. Killer, on the other hand, happened to catch a bullet. Almost a little bit further away. Seeing a slower round compared to the previous one. Minio, smoke. Donut sprays through it, going to give away his position. Olymp's going to be playing slow and steady at the moment, going to be playing around this angle. Minio has it held down as well, but switches away. Gave enough of a chance for Olymp to get the kill. Key, meanwhile, does take down SNX. The bomb is still in control by Permitta. It looks like it's going to be an A hit once again. We do have Hades here with the AWP. He's going to be making quick work of Casey, as they're going to have to push on through. He's behind this box. Box goes in for the peek once again, but doesn't quite hit it. The flash was in his favor. Doesn't quite work out, though. Goes in for the second peek, gets one. Gets shut down, but it doesn't matter. His teammates are here, ready to clear up the mess.
Better reactions from 9. Better pivoting off of the information that, hey, it's actually going to be over towards that A site. They reinforce it relatively quickly. They don't give Permitta the same amount of time, the same amount of free reign as what they had previously, and they managed to lock that down. And that was, of course, an important one for them. Because if you take a look at the economy across the board here, both of these two teams in a very tight spot. Whichever team loses here has a broken economy and is going to have to start building things back up. So this is a really, really important round. And wow, what a start.
What an aggressive push with the boomstick there. Being able to get the kill, but Hades going to be returning the favor. Gets a quick headshot. Key going to be taking down the bomb holder. That is lost, and now all they have to do is try and shut down this position. Actually, no, sorry, the bomb was not in his hands. It looked like it was. It wasn't, though. And now they're still going to be playing aggressive. I do question the AWP going first in this regards, but he didn't have the bomb, so I guess that makes sense. Olymp going to be playing for the aggressive spot once again in towards Donut. Tunnels, whatever you wish to refer it to, but SNX will be going to be lining up a little bit of util. See if this is going to be working out for them. It's going to be the smoke in towards that season position. It's going to be very nicely done. Killer, unfortunately, puts down some util at the wrong time. Minio is unable to push through. Considering Nade goes down, but far too late on that front. We do have a flank coming through. Key could make this work for himself. But might be a little bit too late on this front. Time is ticking. By the time he gets into position, half the time gone down. Minio does get one, gets two! God. Absolutely huge. AWP player left alive and kicking. He's going to have to do a huge amount of work. One player jumps across. He does realize this. He's going to have his job cut out for him. Doesn't work out. He has to run away.
Really good recovery. Again, you know, that first A hit, right? Like we said, it came as a bit of a surprise. They were expecting potential another B hit. Now Permitta, round after round, they try that A site. The A site hasn't worked out too well either. Back down onto less than favorable cash. Still managed to hold on to that AWP, so they are going to force into rifles here. But of course, you can see where they have to sacrifice all of their utility, just about. 2 smokes. That's all they got to work with here. They're in a really, really tight spot. Lena with the aggressive push is not going to be able to get that nice early kill like we'd seen earlier. And now they're hedging their bets on B again.
Nice trade-off there, 1-for-1, but Goofy's going to be pushing through, trying to find anything he can. He does a lot of damage, but no kill. Olymp's going to be on 1 HP. It's a grenade goes down, doesn't quite manage to hit its mark in time. Very good control by Permitta. Olymp's going to be on low HP. KC2 as he just sits in the fire. That grenade finishes him off. And now we have an opportunity here. 9 should be able to try and bring this one through. I mean, 1 HP on Olymp is going to be terrible. And Minio is going to be in a good position to try and bring this one through. He knows there's going to be one on site, but he can't quite pull it off. It's going to be Lenny with the AWP. He doesn't get a chance to shoot a single bullet, and now it's 1 HP. 1 versus 3, and Olymp's just like, yeah, no, this is this ain't worth it.
Really good retakes from 9. You know, Bomb has been planted quite a few rounds here, but they're consistently able to get themselves into really, really good positions to pull back from. And that's really impressive. I think that also speaks a little bit to Permitta's post plants not being as strong as they could be. I mean, even on the A site, you know, I said it a little bit earlier, it can be difficult to retake on, but Permitta still haven't been able to kind of dig their heels in. Although I will say, what was it, 2 rounds back? They had like 2 players left alive, and that's going to be difficult to fight back, even on the A site. So, yeah, struggling a bit here, struggling to find a way in. They're going to force in once again. Still managing to string these buys together, and yet still just not getting results off the back of it. They're trying to keep it expensive. You can see that they have been able to do that, but it's very much what we said on Nuke in our previous matchup, right? Keeping it expensive, it starts to lose its meaning if you can't string any rounds together, and that seems to be what's happening here again.
Well, I'm getting some flashbacks to our previous matchup. But Permitta, you know, they're playing a lot more confident than we saw this game. How they played. Hades has had a high effect. 11-2 at the moment on the scoreboard for him. And his AWP has been on fire. I'm really interested in seeing how he develops through this team. A bit of a split of interest here across the map. We've got 2 players, a little bit of solo plays on Permitta side, trying to explore positions. SNX and his crew are looking to take over Cheetah and Tunnels here. Lena with AWP looking to see if he can find any aggressive or greedy players over towards A side. Because if you get that A lurk, that A player, that opens up a lot for you. There's mid controls coming through. They chuck down the smoke back over towards that main A main position, giving them a little bit of a advantage. ISO holding up the rear. Unfortunately, going to get caught off guard though. Key rounds the corner, gets the headshot. Minio going to be looking to hold in towards Tunnels. His usual position. They should know about him, but he's going to catch him off guard anyway. 5-1 peeks on over towards SNX, but can't quite pull it off. Key from behind. Should be able to get damage, does get the kill as well. It's going to be a headshot as soon as grenade goes through. Onto the bomb, denies recovery. Now Lania has got the AWP looking to try and find one, but this Molotov's going to give away his position. His teammate's killed. He now knows that the killer is behind this box. Question is, does he think he can survive? Unfortunately, there is a player behind him. I think Key's head was spotted there. So Lane gets the kill just in time. A second later, I think he was dead. And he should be able to survive this AWP with 5 seconds left on the clock.
Really struggling. I mean, they've tried everything. They've tried straight B hits. They've tried straight A hits. They've tried mid to A. They haven't tried mid to B, but I think that's a little bit harder to pull off. You have to go all the way up to like towards the CT spawn and wrap around. So, or you've got to like hug the wall and then you may as well have just gone straight to B. So they're really, really struggling to find anything that works for them. Nine have done really well at consistently responding to everything that they attempt. I actually want to see maybe a little bit more of a slower play style from them. And it's, this is what we said about Genk. They were a little bit too passive. But some of those rounds where you kind of deny that information, you keep the enemy team a little bit paranoid, those are the rounds where we saw Genk do really well. So I'd like to see a little bit more. I'd like to see an attempt at that from Permitta, I think, because the aggressive play hasn't really been working out. They attempt to go in aggressively, and Nine are just there waiting, watching down sight, and shutting them down super quickly. So I'd like to see maybe a little bit of a slower approach.
Slow or fast? Well, it seems like they have taken the approach of being very slow. They've barely even left T-spawn at this point. They're actually going back into T-spawn at this current time. Aside from Olymp, who's holding up over towards A at the moment. They've left SNX to hold up the rear. It's very little ground to cover from them at the moment. This does give Nine a massive advantage, but at the same time, there's a little bit of lack of information on their side. But if they can now take control over towards this B sort of area, they can have a massive advantage. I mean, you want to make sure if you're Nine, you have as much information as possible, and if lane is clear, and you can give that over to your teammates. He does know there's a player next to him over towards the A side, though. Casey's going to be able to get a kill, but the trade's going to be coming in hard and fast. Killer's going to be jumping up onto this spot. Turns around, takes care of ISO. Well, these two last players are left at odds. I'm not sure they know what to do at this point. Lost for words, and to try and take through both these weapons to the next round. If you have a look at the money here, Sam, they're just all over the place. They've got full round loss bonus, but is it going to be worth forcing with the three other players in? I think it probably is at this point.
I start to get a little worried because obviously now they really have tried just about everything. Maybe there hasn't been a strong fake. We could see if they could attempt something like that. I'd also like to see maybe a little bit more flanking position coming through, taking a bit more map control. Again, we're seeing something that seems a little bit one-dimensional, where the idea is just kind of, we all go this way. And again, Nine is just reading into that really well. So I'd like to see some adaptation in that regard. Try and catch Nine off guard. Nine is a team that seems to really understand the map and really have a grasp of what's happening across the map at all times. So deny that information and try to do something unexpected, which sounds a little herder, but hey, it could work.
I like this sort of more aggressive plays from them. It seemingly does work out. Aside from it doesn't. And
Yep.
Okay, well, Hades and Goofy are on fire, just obliterating any kind of attempts here. Casey pushes up, gets a grenade to the face, has to back off. Goofy, playing aggressive. He's going to be swinging wide, gets the kill and the bomb, and that's round. Goes down and out. ISO last player left alive, but not long for this world as Killer comes through, takes him out of the picture. And that's going to be the 9th round on the board. This is very, very telling from the side of Nine. They have been playing fantastically. And like I was starting to say earlier on, is I love the Polish scene. I think there's a lot of skill and variance in play styles at times. We've obviously had amazing players and teams come out of the scene, and I'm excited for there to be a Polish era once again.
Well, we said that the aggression just wasn't working out for Permitta. Now down onto Tech 9. I mean, if they can get up close and personal, this could possibly work out.
Oh, they might have a chance there. Killer is blinded, but he's going to be able to, he's been allowed to back off. Eventually goes down, but not before picking up 2 kills for himself. Yeah, he's smoked off. He's going to be getting information from behind. He is going to have to back off. Goofy holding up towards does go down. SNX finds one. Hades still go down. That's AWP dropped. Olymp does upgrade to an AK. Goofy, he's going to be the key to the success at the moment. If he can put some pressure on this position, force and distract them, then this could absolutely be huge. Goofy dies, unfortunately, to this player running out with the Tech 9, but the bomb can get defused now. What it's going to have to be is this difficult spot where you can't quite see the bomb thanks to the smoke, and that was a good attempt, but 10th round on the board from 9. Fantastic recovery.
This is rough. I mean, look, to be fair, Permitta do really well to take them that far on a Tech 9 round, but I think they could have done more. I think that there are subtle moments of hesitation in their aggressive plays which are causing problems, right? Like, you see the aggression start, and then something happens that makes them start to question, and then it's like a stutter. And in that slight split-second moment, 9 are able to take advantage.
Fantastic utility damage here right off the bat. Olymp and Casey going to be down massively on the HP. Works out massively in the favor of 9, who are laughing their way home at the moment. Aside from Goofy. But to be honest, he's had such a good game so far, I don't think he really cares. Even if he only has 6-5, he's done really high impact kills. Killer and Hades, though. Sorry, not Hades. Hades. Excuse my English.
Yeah, how dare you be English, Tom?
Ugh. I am disgusting. Either way, bomb should be able to go down in a turn of surprise events. Never mind. So it's just like, hey, I've got a head. Do you want to shoot it? Here we go. You match up. You've got a gun. It's going to be a 2-2 split. One player going to be coming in the tunnels in the moment, and you can't miss those shots. SNX either. They're going to be absolutely obliterated.
Oh.
They're all over the place. I think the pressure's getting to them, Sam.
Yeah, I think when you get to this point, you're at such a ungodly deficit. 10 rounds. All right, I don't want to hear about how it's a CT-sided map. We know it's a CT-sided map. This is not good. They need to be stringing rounds together here. They need something. With only 3 rounds left in this half, if they don't win these next 3 rounds, I don't know if I see a path back for them. It would take at least a pistol round and a miracle. So these next 3 rounds are super important. And as it stands right now, 9 are running circles around them.
And I mean, this is Permitta's map pick.
Yeah.
This is their chance to shine. They've got their backs up against the wall, and this is going to be difficult. That they've given space, and 9 have just taken it. They're just laughing their way home. Let's see if an A take can come through. Killer misses the initial shot, does a little bit of damage, but not enough. Does fool. Carry on playing aggressive through Donut. SNX takes down Key over towards. Where even was that? That was the B site. So now they can go for the plant. This is a fantastic round from them. 2 rounds on the board could be good, but it's not going to be good enough. Recovery could still come through. Never mind. Goofy goes down. Hades does take down Casey. Minio is still battling in the opposite side. They can't do anything about this bomb plant. It's far too late at the moment. All they can hope to do is do some economical damage. Try to deny future attacks on this front. Oh, that was a delay in reaction. But you know what? Hades, he's currently sitting high and mighty. 14-4, and he really helped carry a lot of the first couple of rounds for his team.
We said they needed to start winning some rounds. This is a good start. Oh my god. Oh no.
Oh lordy.
I mean, it doesn't stop them from winning the round, but that's just unnecessary. Those sacrifices were not necessary. They did more harm than anything because they didn't do any good. It's lost money that you didn't need to lose, or lost weaponry. It's money handed over that shouldn't have been there in the first place. And when you're already being smacked down to this level, sure, you want to try and drive it home, but you can't take those risks. Whee!
Oh. Goofy. Shot out of the park. Oh, Olim. What a fantastic shot. It dodges the AWP coming in from... Well, Hades, who, you know what? This has been his debut. He's been doing fantastic work. Ooh, delivered the nade. Good time delivered. Minio doesn't get a chance to go down, but Key's in a perfect position. Gets one, but shut down before he could do any more. Bomb's going to go down, and Hades is in a 1v3. There's no way you take this fight. Get some exit frags? Sure. Try to destroy their economy. You can try, but honestly, they can still buy into next round, I think. With this win, at least, Hades tries his best. Flash going to be coming out, and he's going to back off. Smart play.
Yep. I mean, you know, much like what we saw in that previous round, right? You don't want to hunt things unnecessarily. Oh my god. Okay, okay. I was waiting to see what was gonna happen there. But it doesn't look like it's gonna try and peek that. But yeah, try and hold on to the AWP into the next round. It's not dire straits for 9. I think having 11 rounds on your CT side is respectable. But it's Permitta, of course, who are on the ropes here. It's nice to see that they're finally starting to make some ingress. Lena, that that really early kill over towards Cheetah, he's done that a couple of rounds, and it's been punished previously, but this time he's able to get away with it, and they're able to pivot off of that really well. And it's nice to see that they're starting to be able to make those stabilizations, make those mid-round calls a little bit cleaner, a little bit less stutter, a little bit less space given over to 9 to take advantage of. Last round left to make it happen here in this first half. Oh, we're going back to A.
They can come out and do a lot of damage, and it does. SNX, and attacked heavily with that one nade. Gonna be doing almost 100 damage there with that single nade. Killer waiting for his teammates to back him up here. It's going to be a full 5-on-5 retake scenario here in the final round. Minio going to be coming up from behind, going for the peek, gets the shots in, but can't quite finish off the player. That is huge. SNX going to be able to stay alive now. Going for the rear, but Lenny takes down Killer. Oh, through the smoke. He has 0 chill. He's going to be coming up from behind. He's unexpected. He misses a lot of shots. Finally gets the kill. Second one going to be lining up. Now Hades going to be last one left alive. Absolutely fantastic start from that team. And you know what? I'm excited to see what happens in the second half. Can Permitta bring it back, or are they going to lose out to 9? We will see in a couple of moments. We'll go into a quick break.
second half here on Ancient, and the past is somewhat repeating itself. This is the scoreline we had, not on Nuke, but on Inferno in our previous matchup, and we did end up going into overtime on that one. So Permitta now on their CT side. Let's see if they can get the same results.
I thought they were going to rush in towards Cheetah there, but, well, they did. And they left a player, but they backed off. Casey needs to hit that headshot. It doesn't quite work out. Lane is going to be pushed over towards the open side. Misses all his shots pretty much. It's going to be Casey down to 4 HP. Does manage to get a bit of damage done. 1 kill. Killer. Oh, it pushes on the side. Gets a double. Casey and Olim sent packing. ISO, though, from the sideline. It's going to be able to pick up one, almost a second one. Oh. Coming in with the Julie, he's going to be able to pick up his own, but Hades is going to be able to finish the job. Oh, that was a spicy one, but 9 looking to really put Permitta in their place and show who is the dominant force within the Polish scene.
I mean, watching that kerfuffle in Donut, and it's like everyone was missing their shots. And then, of course, that oh so popular backside box that just never gets checked. Bomb plant gets completely denied from that angle. And yeah, the rest is cleanup. Well done for 9 being able to come out on top of that one despite all of that.
Interesting tactic.
Get out. Just get out.
It's a full pistol round. It is what it is. You know, just want to bump the KD of 9 up a little bit. 13th round on the board here, Sam. I mean, this is looking fairly dire for Permitta, but they now are going to be able to come into this with a little bit more, you'd hope.
I mean, we'd said, you know, a pistol round and a miracle. So they didn't get the pistol round. Now they're going to be praying for that miracle to come through. And honestly, at this point, I don't really see it. 3 rounds left for 9 to come out on top of. Sure, Permitta have been able to force into this one. And we'll see, maybe they can make some magic happen here as 9 are playing that slower play that I'd kind of been waiting to see if Permitta would come out with. Instead, they kept kind of rushing in onto the site. Now it's 9. I mean, they realize Permitta already low on utility, so if they can try and bait some of that out, try and get in their heads a little bit. 9 have got tons of utility, so breaching a site isn't going to be difficult for them at all.
Yeah, Permitta's utility is rather sad. 2 flashes at a smoke. And it's not like you can even, like, if you need to use them, you just have to use them. And I think that's what you do need to keep in mind. Casey out in towards mid with a flash. Makes quick work of one of the players, but the trade comes through. Killer's going to get tagged down heavily. That's actually very useful. As the next and his teammate's going to be here in towards tunnels. Cheetah is going to be explored by Killer, who's on 23 HP at the moment. If he faces these 2 players, he's dead. Unless something crazy happens, which I'd be surprised about. The execution over towards the B site is going to be coming to fruition, which I don't think anyone's really that surprised about. 2 smokes going to be blocking off 2 of the entrances. It's a bait. They're actually going up in towards mid through Donut, I'd expect, through in towards A, and it's going to be down to Olymp to try and hold this off. No utility really to do much with. Gets a headshot, but unfortunately doesn't get the kill, and that is going to be pretty much round in the back here. 14th, I'd imagine, unless some kind of crazy retake scenario comes through. But there's no kit on any of these players. No utility. Just give it up.
Yeah, 2 are already backing away. I think Lena was like, oh, maybe I catch 1. Nah, I'm gonna leave. Oh. No! That's heartbreak. Well, 9, despite how much damage they took, they still come through this round with 4 players left alive. So they're just bonus on bonus on bonus. Permitta having forced into that round, sure, they're at a 4-round loss streak at this point, so there's some cash in that, and they'll be able to force in a little bit, but we're winning this next round puts 9 on match point. Permitta, okay, at least they'll be able to, depending on what they do in this round, they'd be able to buy on match point. And no, it looks like they are going to be forcing into this, but they'll be on full round loss bonus, so they should still be able to buy into the next round. Okay, fair enough. They should still have some firepower, but let's face it. The chances of them stringing 10 rounds together, 11 rounds together here are infinitesimal.
Nah, it's easy, mate. Just click on heads. Let's see if they can do exactly that. SNX going to be playing a little bit aggressive with his teammates, going in for the sprays, but not going to be connecting with anything. 9 should be laughing their way at the moment. Oh, ISO with that kill. That is huge. But now he's going to be sitting in a wall bangable spot. Hades has made his way over towards site, but he's going to get spotted. The MP9 going to be coming out, but he's got very few bullets left on this. Doesn't matter, he's going to fall down. ISO unable to accomplish what his teammate couldn't either. Now Killer on site with his teammates. Should be able to put down a smoke. It's going to be 2v2, but they're going to be backing off. They want nothing to do with this. They realize that the 2 players are here. And now the rotation from Olymp has to come through very fast, but he's only got an MP9. He can't really do too much with this. He has to play, I think, slowly out through these other tunnels, but his position should now be known. If he moved a little bit faster, but he wasn't able to. A lot of damage done, but again, unable to finish the job. And if you're this player, you have to just play in for it. Bomb's just gone down, catches him off guard. He has no idea where this last player is, but the Molotov's going to be going down onto the back of that site. Doesn't give anything. He's going to be going in for the fake. He gets the kill in the clutch. Wow. That is not 1 out of 10 rounds done, Sam.
Yeah. I mean, that was a little bit messy, I'll be honest. You know, when they got in onto that B site, and there were a lot of shots getting fired and a lot of shots being missed. But that final little push towards that A site and the attempt to hold on to that. I mean, Lena's been pretty damn good for Permitta. I'll give him that. You know, some really solid entry frags with the AWP of all things and managing to clutch out that last round. But like we said, right? Still a huge uphill battle here. I don't know. I want to believe in Permitta, but there you go. Hades gets that first kill of the round, and that could be it.
That entry kill, oh well, first kill is going to be fairly brutal. It's not what you want whatsoever. Smoke comes down towards mid, flash as well. Doesn't really do much. Casey's going to be playing very aggressive. Hades is here to cut him off. He decides to go too aggressive, which I think he may do. I think we're probably going to see him. Oh, reload does come through. Never mind. We have slowed down at the moment. I think this is a good pacing from 9. They managed to get the first kill and just play a little around their time and, well, bait it in, and that's exactly what happens. Casey goes down. This is looking very likely to be the 15th round on the board. Fake from Key over towards this position. Not fake even. It is his teammate. He is flashing out. 2 players waiting for him to push. But he's waiting. They've got 45 seconds. They're not worried about this. They've got utility to play with. And now it's going to be going down, taking control of this mid position, placing Minio up in towards this spot, up in towards sniper or, well, house position. Key is going to carry on pushing. He doesn't realize there's 2 players on the other side of this. He doesn't care. He catches one off guard, gets the kill. His teammate's going to go in for the trade, and now it's going to be a 1v4. This is not happening.
I must say the patience from 9 has been commendable. You know, taking it super, super slow. Even when they themselves don't have a ton of information, you see some of that utility coming out, right? Like that flash over towards B so that the teammate could push out a little bit more info. But even when they're at a little bit of an information disadvantage, they're still so controlled. They didn't know there's 2 players chilling out just past Cheetah. They don't know there's 2 of them there, but they push out as a team. And despite one of their players going down, it's an easy trade back. Push onto the site. Full control. Match point now for 9. Permitta have they just haven't shown up.
It's been very lackluster from their side, and I mean, you can see that they've obviously they are trying, but 9 are just too strong. Even with having a new team composition, having Hades on it, it's definitely interesting to see. This should probably be the round that they should end up losing this. I mean, SNX is going to go down. They've got a Famos, an MP9, a Scout, and a Deagle. Sounds like the start of a bad joke. But let's see if it could be another round on the board here for Permitta. Olymp's the only one over towards A, and he's currently being completely isolated from his teammates. There's just no way that they're going to get him. He's really going to get the real support he needs anymore. Oh, what is that timing? Nice, though. Oh, goofy. Catches Lenny off guard, and there's two of them here. This is just execution. They've laid out Permitta's head on the block, and they're just swinging the axe right now. ISO going to have to go absolutely huge. It's not going to happen. Olymp, last player left alive to try and clutch us out in a 1v4. Incendiary grenade is laid down. Time is ticking. Bomb's going to go down as we speak. Killer places it down. It's going to be the AWP. Oh, Scout even. I'm not even sure which one that was. We couldn't see it. And that's going to be GG well played.
I think that something that's really telling is to look at the paths that these two teams took to get here to Conference 17, right? You have Permitta, who made it up through the regional Polish Autumn Premier League. 9 came up through Challenger League. And it can be argued that Challenger League is